wanted to thank you all for coming and thank the poets and spectators. I guess you guys are eager to hear some poetry, so we should probably get started, huh?
Is there a content on how many you'd like us to read?
Well, I mean, it depends on how long they are, but I guess anywhere from, 1 to 3 if you have.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, our first poet is Jean Webster.
Oh, okay. Life. Life is like the ocean, flowing out and flowing in, sometimes giving you pleasure and taking it back again. I often wonder at the start of the day, will happiness or sadness come my way? When sadness comes, I try not to linger in a place where tears will flow. Instead, I think happy thoughts, people and places I know. Yes, life is like the ocean, flowing in and flowing out, making you aware what life is all about. The next two poems about two children, and they both have something to deal with in life. The bench. The little child sat on the bench. A brace was on one leg. He begged the coach, "Why can't I play? I'll remember everything you say. My parents are both here, you see. I want them to be proud of me. All I ask is give me time to prove this uniform is mine." Coach relented and sent the boy out. The crowd was silent except for a shout. "The basket is waiting just for you." He took a shot and the ball went through. The team won that day with help from the bench and a little child with the brace who came through in the clinch. The drawing, and this is about a little girl. The little girl sat aside. The drawing was being judged. How hard she worked to win this prize, looking at the pride in her family's eyes. She tried her best in school, that's true. Running and jumping was not for her. The chair with wheels helped her there. It was painted a vivid blue. Her brothers were athletes, strong and tall. Football and basketball were games well played. In the bleachers, their sister would call, "How proud I am I came. How proud I am I stayed." The judges were looking long and hard for the perfect drawing to share. A little girl who was sitting aside, pretending she really didn't care. Her drawing is chosen the winner was through. Willing to accept the prize, with a smile and wonder in her eyes, a little girl sits in a chair painted a vivid blue. In the bleachers, a call could be heard. "How proud we are we came. How proud we are we stayed."
All right, thank you, Jean Webster.
Thank you.
I'm over here.
No, I mean everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just wanted to say, too, that I'm really looking forward to hearing some of these poets for the first time. Some of them I know, usual suspects, but our next poet is Kate Peter.
My hands. I can't reach out to severed trees. They splinter my hands. And my hands are all I have left of my body to rely on. They haven't strangled me yet. I can claw my way up to where I think I was, but the turn comes quick in these falls that I can't see clearly through. I don't want to. And the nail marks in my surroundings don't trigger much. A pause, a brief memorial to the fight I once fought. These hands scramble, damp and unsure, until they grip what they seek. It's always found but never reached. That familiar burn. The fog thickens as it teases out my blood. Quickly, surely, my fear fought, with its hope flames. My hands caress my sweetest friend, my greatest foe, whiskey is her name. Statuette. Petrify your tender heart, be not consumed by flames. Fossilized, become a stone, before naught but ash remains. Deafen your ears to words of love, soft-spoken but untrue. Devotion shown through acts of faith, not whispered lies to you. Blind your eyes so often life, vision blurred by bitter tears. Block the sights you can't accept, speak out not just what you hear. Neither rapture transit bonds, for senior steadfast pride. For only stones can stand the pain of living, love given and denied.
Thanks, Pete. That was good. Thank you. Let's see. We got someone I don't know, so I'm curious to hear. John Holgerson. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
All right. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. I have 2 poems that I'll read. 2 are from a book that I published last year called Broken Borders. And the other one is from a chapter of the poems I'm working on right now, which is called Unnecessary Tattoo and Other Stains on a Stainless Steel Heart. This first poem is called Dancing Desperado. When music plays, you dance. Across the room, in the street, you glide. An escape kite, rising on crescendo currents, tugging slave to string of song. When music plays, you sing, in memory of the poems you wrote when your grief or love was a disease. I am immune, an outlaw from such need. When music plays, I fear all excuses and delays. My poems are yours for the asking, even the ones written for someone else's seduction. Perform your ballet of prayer without pirouette or passion. You are a desperado too, and I wait for you to dance for me when music plays. Second poem is called Into the Garden. When he asked, she brought him into the garden through a rusted iron gate. She took him from his oak desk and stacked books with broken bindings, from his brass bed of warm rumpled sheets where familiar flesh slept in wrinkled moonlight. In the garden, she showed him where she laid with her husband among the lilacs and the lilies. She showed him where she played with her lover beneath the wizened willows stooped with moss. During his time with her, he wanted to be either, knowing he could be neither. And when he realized he was the alibi for one and the scapegoat for the other, he made her escort him from the garden, back to his oak desk and stacked books, with rotting bindings covered in uncaring dust, back to his brass bed, where cold pinpoints of starlight shimmer in the flat moonlight on neatly turned sheets. And the last poem is the title poem from the chapbook I'm working on. It's called Unnecessary Tattoo. A bruised heart, cleaved in two, stitched down the middle. No mystery or enigma here, no obscure or secret riddle. It's there behind your eyes. It's the catch in your voice at the mention of star-crossed lovers or the vagaries of choice. It can be seen in the ashes of the cigarettes you snuff out, the lingering sparks of memory in your holy grail of doubt. Don't tell me when it's done, the needle round and thin, the short, hot veneer of pain, the stain upon your skin. It's just another private part you will likely hide from view, a duplicitous reminder, an unnecessary tattoo. Thank you.
Thanks, John. The next poet is, I've actually had the pleasure of seeing perform before, so I think you're in for a real treat. Good thing most of you are sitting down. And the next poet is Yunus Quddus.
I want to do something that I've been working on. So I'm studying performance and theater in school, so this is one of my monologues I'm working on. So I'm going to give you guys some poems, stories, and monologues. Give me a good mixture of work, of art. This is from Shakespeare's Hamlet. "'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these morning duties to your father. But you must know, your father lost a father. That father lost his. In the survivor bound, in filial obligation for some term, to do obsequious sorrow, but to preserve her, is abstinence condonement, is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It shows a will most incorrect to heaven, a heart unfortified, a mind impatient, an understanding simpler than school. For what we know must be and is as common as a theme of love, of death of fathers, to reason most absurd, who obstinate condonement. For what we know must be and is as common as any of the most vulgar things since. 5. We beseech you, Hamlet, to stay here and remain in comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, our cousin, and our son. This is with Slawas and Borster. Anyone know what that is? No? Look her up. She's pretty awesome. This was my first poetry class that I first took, and then I had to do this poem, read this poem, and I've been reading it since, going through this book since. So, really awesome story. So I'm into stories and poems. So, this is a conversation with Stone. I knock at the Stone's front door. It's only me. Let me come in. I want to enter your inside. Have a look around. Breathe my fill of you. Go away, says the Stone. I'm shut tight. Even if you break me to pieces, we'll all still be closed. You can grind us to sand. We won't let you in. I knock at the Stone's front door. It's only me. Let me come in. I've come out of pure curiosity. Only light can quench it. I mean to stroll through your palace and go through calling on a leaf, a drop of water. I don't have much time. My morality is to touch you. I'm made of stone, says the Stone, and must therefore keep a straight face. Go away. I don't have muscles to laugh. I knock at the Stone's front door. It's only me. Let me. I hear you have great empty holes inside, unseen, their beauty in vain, soundless, not echoing anyone's step. Admit it, you don't know yourself well. Great, empty, and true enough, says the Stone, but there isn't any room. Beautiful perhaps, but not to the taste of your poor senses. You may get to know me well, but you'll never know me through. My whole surface is turned out towards you, and my insides are turned away. I knock at the Stone's front door again. It's only me. Let me. I don't seek refuge for eternity. I'm not unhappy. I'm not homeless. My world is worth returning to. I'll enter and exit empty-handed, and my proof I was there will only be the words, which no one will believe. You shall not enter, says the Stone. You lack the sense of taking part. No other sense can make up for your missing sense of taking part. Even sight hiding to become all-seeing will do you no good without a sense of taking part. You shall not enter. You have only a sense of what the sense should be, only a seed, imagination. I knock at Stone's front door again. It's only me. Let me. I haven't got 2,000 centuries, so let me under your roof. If you don't believe me, says the Stone, just ask the leaf. It will tell you the same. Ask a drop of water. It will say what the leaf has said. And finally, ask a hair from your own head. I'm bursting with laughter. Yes, fast laughter, although I don't know how to laugh. I knock at the Stone's front door for the last time. It's only me. Let me. I don't have a door, says the Stone. So I got 2 more for you guys. Time, I'm doing on time.
Oh, great. 2 more.
Cool. This is when I grew up. Where I grew up at, I was a nerdy kid. I was a very quiet, nerdy kid, and I didn't have a lot of friends. So my basketball was my best friend. So I wrote this story while I was waiting for the train in Philadelphia about my best friend, my basketball. So it goes, it hasn't been in a while. Versatility. To go into any setting and situation and adapt like a chameleon. Creativity. To create 3 new pieces the day before this event. My desire helps me to hold thoughts and expressions in the back corner of my left, or maybe the right ventricle of my brain. Well, I'm right-handed, but I use my left all the time, man. So maybe both of my ventricles are both working at the same time. Like, all I need is some words and a beat that breaks it down at the same time. So I'll leave it up to you to decide on what side you think is being used. Maybe I'm just a freak of nature, shooting Mr. Wilson with the left or right hand. Mr. Wilson, a very dear friend of mine who has 7 crossing lines coming across himself, is quiet as a monk, only speaking with emotion and heat or on fire, completely cuffed, swish, bang, 3 words in our 12-year relationship. And even though I love Mr. Wilson more than Tom Hanks, I too lost him a few times. The first time was my lack of appreciation, so another person took you away, while I played with another that had a better texture. The second time, I got jumped. It was 10 of them and only me. I'm sorry, man. The third time, you slipped away from my hands and took a ride with an 89 Buick Park Avenue and ended our friendship. The fourth time, we got in a big argument, and I kicked you right in the face for not following my directions and letting some other player manipulate you in his hands like silly putty. The fifth time was the best. We spent so much time together, I had to learn how to touch you right with the left hand, 7 days a week. 1,000 dribbles on my left hand. The sixth time, I remember holding you in between my legs while waiting for that orange line train, waiting in a city where you got a million ball players trying to master one guard, kill a crossover, which is nice, but can you shoot? Can you finish? You got the $1 million move with a 10-cent finish, and you wonder why, when trials come, 60 names are posted, and you ain't on that list. And the seventh time, I never even tried to get you back. Plus, it was beginning to be too expensive to start over. Well, maybe I was being too cheap. Would you spend $20 to hang out with me? I didn't think so, man. You'll do anyway, though, Mr. Wilson. And this is my last poem. This is poem changed my life. I was sitting down reading. I went through a discovery. I went through, as they say, writer's block or whatever you want to call it. And I started spending more and more time just writing. I mean, reading, not writing. Just, reflecting on what I read. And my friends were like, oh, you haven't read anything new. I'm like, I'm just in a reading phase. Now I'm in a painting phase, and I'm in a creation phase. So this poem brought me out of that. I was reading Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. So, and before I do this poem, I like to say, that's what I do for a living. I do poetry and performance, and I teach kids how to perform and act out scripts, and that's what I do. So come talk to me after this. This is Walt Whitman, my version of Walt Whitman's Leaves of Grass. It's called Celebrating. The poem that changed my life and the way I look at life. Because words are reality. Whatever you say is real. If you say this is going to be a great show, what happens? We have good time. Have a great show. If you say, oh, today is horrible, I'm not going to feel good today. What do you think your body does? It doesn't do good. If it's Monday, it's going to be terrible. Oh, God, I got to go to work Monday? It's going to be a horrible day. The kids are going to act up. It's going to be terrible. Everything's going to go wrong. And that's all you're going to see. So this is where I kind of learned that. So this is what this poem is about. Celebrate yourself. Assume positive results. Every atom that I have belongs to all of you. This is an invitation to my soul. Smell and taste green summer. Crowd shells with perfume that help you fall in love with the fragrance of yourself. Remember the atmosphere's aftertaste that is not bland or odorless. I am in love with my lips, teeth, tongue, mouth, and the sounds they manipulate. Your heartbeat is your inspiration to give never-ending embrace and light kisses. Remember that bad health is not death. So sing to the sun. Let your dreams run 1,000 acres. Be proud of all of your accomplishments. Dissect poems, not animals. Erase cant from speech. There are millions of suns left for your soul's revival. All we are is complex plants covered by hardened clay. You see my beard? That's my connection to the universe. My branches grow without limits. You can too. Go ask an ant how to overcome. Children, like you, play peacefully in grass. Blind adults like me cut grass, burn leaves, kill weeds, and then replace it all with plastic scenes. Even poets can't decipher these graffiti and hieroglyphics. But we love writing riddles. So let's keep this poem simple. Do good, give respect, and I promise you, you will receive mine. And tonight, or today, when you get a chance, call your mother and your father and tell them, hey, I love you. Go back to being toddlers on parents' laps. Eventually, parents grow old and die. That's why. Kiss your children while you can. They go onward and then outward until you collapse. Watch what you eat. Make sure that that coffee gives you the sustenance and strength that you need. Watch what you say. Erase can't from speech. Erase could have, erase should have, and just breathe and live. Thank you.
Thank you, Yunus. That was great. The next poet is Mike Shea. Did I see that correctly?
Yes. This first poem focuses on the city of Sarajevo. Remember, Sarajevo in 1984 was the capital of Yugoslavia. And for 2 weeks, because of the Olympics, the capital of the world. 10 years later, it was the site of a horrific civil war. And the idea behind this poem is what happened to those Olympians who found themselves no longer able to represent their country. Sarajevo, 1994. Poised on scavenged blades in the unheated hallway, a Serbian speed skater, a former Yugoslav bevel contender, pantomimes starts, straightaways, crossovers. The violence of his concentration creating the wafer of ice, the slicing opponents, the fanatic throngs. At reprieve, he takes his reward by the mended window. His eyes fall gently on the ruined arena, where, inside and unseen, a Muslim cabinet maker strips the tears of wood for the coffins. This next poem attempts to be a love poem. Apocalypse. All right, I shall not lie. Those stars that crystalline an ancient sky shall never know you by their light, nor shall the sun, dawning in 1,000 drums, wrest you from the dark of your own truth, nor rouse from the gold integrity of your shade a glimmer of your worth. When you are dust, each June shall bloom beyond your grace, and rivers shall not sound your name, but rush in mindless mumblings, wrung from the maelstrom of time. And I shall love when you are dead, if just to lose beyond recall your touch, your voice, your scent, or howl, as hapless as the cast-off shell, empty of its seat. And the final poem, entitled, And When My Ghost Spun Flesh. And when my ghost spun flesh and set the blooding bones, and wove the womb that forked the virgin night, I bound the sprawling dark with beating stars, and sang the sucking void until it blew. Yes, sang it till my blood beats cracked the cold, for wriggling worms and marrows all my own. I sang myself, locked in a fetal rain, till waters broke upon the withered shore of spring. And when my voice filled hollows where the wind had cleft, and cut from aching thunderstorms their roar, I broke the tender breastbone with a wish, and winnowed time against the rill of death. Yes, winnowed till the dawn held darkness fast, and smeared it with a beauty without end. I watched the colors till my eyes conceived, and bound my heedless ways in summer green. And when my lust had ravished woods in sun and rain, and lips had cupped the teeming countless fruits, I danced the sodden lanes till glens turned gold, and reveled long beyond the apple map. Yes, reveled red until it burned to gray, and wept to watch the green to winewood run. The grackl's song struck rainbows from the trees. I smelled the breath of brown cloves in the breeze. And now my heart upholds the earth and leaden sky, and hornpipes to the songs of crows and kites that grovel through the brambles, nettled thorns. Is there a maggot budding in my spine? The brake breathes soft along the frozen burn. I pray upon the coaxing opal moon, and curse the eating evergreens with praise, as veins of rain will deep into the grave.
Thank you, Mike. I guess I'm going to read now, so yeah, let's go. This poem is called She Had My Eye. She flew to me. I had no choice. She approached so hard. You're gorgeous, she said, and my kiss came as just a surprise. The guitar knows no woes. All night it glows. She has my eye. I have her eye. Babe, I got you. Babe, I got you. This next poem is my newest one. I just wrote this a couple days ago. I haven't even read it back to myself. She met me halfway. Constellations burn out when you needed them most. To light your way back to Virginia. Stellar clusters of energy make a fool of me and of possibilities. Clouds and oceans block my view, yet she met me halfway with wilderness survival skill. It showed dark up ahead, beautiful silhouettes and all, but I knew better. It had just begun. Those are my 2 poems. Next we have Tony Cabral.
As you don't know me, I know Yunus. Much like Yunus, I do a lot of things. I'm a substitute teacher, so I deal with kids all the time. And with education, you realize there are problems in the system. Much like any system you have. And what they teach and what they don't teach becomes a little issue. And this is, somebody wrote about it. Kind of like the history lesson that isn't taught. It's called Education for the Masses. things they don't teach or lack of information, they feed our kids. They feed our kids these days amazes me. Like missing words, leaving blanks in our history. Let me start telling you. They don't tell about the Buffalo Soldiers, the slaves used as blocking boulders for white soldiers to have a shield in the First World War. Or do they think the history books that this is a bore? Or how we teach about the Holocaust to German soldiers but don't tell about the damnation left in missing boulders. Japanese Americans getting sent to camps and dying in the same way. So I wonder if they do the same thing when it comes to 9/11 and Guantanamo Bay. Will it just be told how thousands of lives we lost that day? Not about the innocent and guilty men tortured for years. For years, the sadness should bring loads of water from the country's tears. We're teaching the American public through the media how to fear. So what else is to teach our youth? To be fools of reality television, it's cool to be part of a group. So we teach our kids how to judge and behave. Just look at every Disney movie that's ever been made. Seriously, how do we teach these kids to judge the homeless and the poor when the politicians steal? How do we fight this anymore? Acting like we care about the middle and lower class. Acting like we care about the middle class and lower. I guess there's not much more to say, but read more, take classes. This is just an education for the masses. Okay. This is another. I read when I first started teaching, I wrote a lot of poems about the education system or the kids. That's just one of them, and this one's another one. This is more like advice when I saw a lot of trouble in youth. I work in the fall of the public school, so there's a lot of kids who deal with tough situations, and everyone deals with their own tough situations. This is just mine. I don't listen. Everyone has their own situation to deal with. You got to deal with yours in a way, and be your own hero. It's called advice to you. Act like I don't remember what it's like to be 14. I remember chilling with my Jinko jeans, black nail polish, listening to Manson, Nirvana, Korn, Rage. I've been strange. It went from Tupac to Lil Wayne, from Rage Against the Machine to Flowbox. Went from Jinko baggy jeans to skinny jeans with no knots. I remember like it was yesterday. Nerdy kid with lots to say. Poetry was my only outlet. So beat up kids using lines like punches, uppercuts kid like savage attacks. I murder the fools in poems like vicious cats. Now kids don't care and hang up their doubts and fears like nobody cares. I'm here like Superman or Batman, but in your life, you need to be your own heroes, Robin. Okay? So be your own, so you can be your own superhero someday, not a sidekick. Be a hero, not a zero. Give your enemies a good look. Believe in yourself and no one can. Don't follow the code, follow your life plans. Listen to Nas lyrics, I know you can. Tell people that you do your own thing, follow your own path, be your own man or woman. It's a hard path to follow. But straight up, so is life harder than any can't talk to that. But straight up, so life is harder than all the alcohol a drunk can swallow. People think that I got it bad, but I grew up with a drunken dad. My friends growing up with parents who did drugs and didn't care. To grow up and fight your fears, show everyone you're better than that. Hit the world over the head with a baseball bat. Hit like Poppy, Manny, or even a Yankee A-Rod. Make your dreams go far. Work hard, and when you're done, people look at you as that's what's up, son. So keep it up, be kind. Because some cool people might be the nerds at school. The more variety of people you meet, the more life becomes easier and truer to be. Yourself in this type of reality. So this is just a life lesson, truth to be, some advice from you, from me. All right, this is going to be the last one. This ends on a sour note. I'm sorry to do this. But, what? Okay. Thank you. We've done a sour note, but I wrote this poem a couple of years back, and I haven't done this in a while. You probably heard this story. A couple of years back, a friend passed away in a very violent situation. And there's been so much violence in the news, guns, and a lot of people tell me there's violence and violence moves. You know what? It's choices people make. It doesn't matter if it's done in night or whatever the situation be, but this poem is about what people don't realize and see the other side of what people really lose when it comes to violence. I dedicate this to my friend Mellen. This is called it. My least favorite number is 8. I wonder if it was his. He died on January 8th, 3 days after my birthday. The news said he was trying to run out of the motel dying. His name was Lenny. But they didn't tell you about him. The Lenny will be a friend to help any of you out, whether it was a problem of life or just a construction project. He was quick to make you laugh or drink with you. And I still remember the smile on the night of my sister's wedding while I was dancing with his sister all night. And he was happy that his sister found a good guy. But they didn't tell you how tough dude he was. They didn't protect anyone. So they tell me, the police officers and newscasters, how did he fight the people who stabbed him? I believe that one man who's my height stabbed a guy who's 6'3". But why they stabbed him 8 times? Really? Why 8 times? Maybe I'll just try and vision to tell you. 1, for his older daughter who will never have to fight how her boyfriend is just not right for her. 2, for the middle child who he will never see grow up as a teenager. 3, for his youngest who will never be able to see daddy again. 4, for his fiance who will never say I love you again here from me. 5, for his father will never meet due to this unfortunate accident. 6, for his mother who will cry because she can't see her son anymore. 7 and 8. Maybe those were his friends who can tell him how amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times, and we still crying like this.